Hey, this is Ben. This is the 36th stanza of The Art of Peace. I'm taming my mind right now with the fact that I have to use the restroom. My body's signaling to me that elimination must be created. And the sensation itself feels low down. It's like a light bulb. It's like a light bulb, like 3 inches straight down from my belly button and 2 inches back. It seems behind my femur heads, but it feels down. It feels like my body is easily managing it. It's taking care of it. But at the same time, my body is saying it's going to grow in intensity. So that's the most present thing. Now, as I was just walking and talking about it, I saw a really interesting presentation of the funeral home I see every day. It's really punctuated by a lot of light. There's a lot of light. The sun hadn't come up yet, and yet this building is very lit. So that's kind of what it feels like in my guts right now. It feels like the rest of my body is kind of dark and calm, and this one part of my body is lit up. So there's the entirety of my body, but this one part in particular is lit up. And so let me just go back through and look at it. There's my feet. My feet have been causing me lots of sensations. There's a lot of sensation at my feet recently. It's coming. It's what was here a while ago, and it's now back. Anyway, so I have a lot of experience with my feet. My pelvis, there's other parts to my pelvis that I can feel besides this one sensational experience, the kind of the light bulb of experience that is my body telling me that I've got to go take a shit. That's in my pelvis region. It kind of spreads out into my core a little bit, so I can feel it right at the bottom of my core. And then moving up the core, everything in the core feels fine. There's a lot of space in the core. It's just kind of calmness at the core. Heart space. I feel excited. I am excited to go take a shit. I know that'll be nice, but this is the first time I'm ever going to be teaching Armor Down in a group setting. So I've got an 8-hour course. I've got people to begin the night, and then people begin Armor Down tonight, and then it extends into tomorrow. And it goes for 5 hours tomorrow. So I feel excited. I feel a kind of an elevated prickliness through my heart space. Got a little bit of reflux through my throat. I feel that. It's like it's just little. It's minor. My head feels curious. Some head feels like. My head feels curious. I just noticed how quiet it is right now. You can hear the electricity. Oh, just like that, it's gone. Anyway, I wanted to mention an aspect of my experience. And that's been the way cannabis has facilitated greater curiosity in the sensational experience of my body and the capacities of my mind and spirit. In support of this, I went to a march. I participated in political activism, trying to create change in a thing called Weed for Warriors. Their basic argument is that the number 22 veteran suicides a day is a low number. The problem with veteran suicide is dramatically huge. We've got to do something about it. And one way we can really get going on this is give veterans the option of talking to their doctors about whether or not medical marijuana could help them if they're struggling. And so we marched. It was wild. It was really wild. I felt the energy of it, and I felt the camaraderie with the people who were there. And they, in turn, responded with equal authenticity. So during the event, I was talking to people holding a petition, and I talked to just different groups of people. I profiled everyone I approached. I made assumptions about everyone I approached based on my idea I had of them. This was helpful in the context of saving time, reflecting this is the opposite of what I was attempting to do, but on the people that I profiled as successful targets, people I approached for successful targets were really interesting. I went after people who I thought represented the established order. So I went after presentations of wealth, presentations of the Mad Men, presentations of white authority. And I approached them with opening questions about their awareness about veteran suicide and the right for veterans to ask their doctors about medical cannabis. And I ended up talking with several different groups, and it was just so interesting how each interaction was a total battle. I mean, I wonder, just from my own reflection, I wonder if this is part of where I'm perceiving the training. I'm wondering where you draw the line between awareness and just complete immersion. I wonder if kind of a way to articulate the practice further and further and further is just a complete blending, and whether or not there's even language at the place of blending. So you don't even have to worry about awareness. You move past all of it, because inside the moments with the people who were actively resisting me, either with their internal or external environment, it was a total battle of energy. I blended as best I could, but I also pressed the edge because I think it's a really reasonable thing to have veterans have greater access to medical cannabis. If a veteran's struggling and they want access, or they want to talk to their doctor about whether or not medical cannabis could help them out, that I think is totally reasonable. It's a reasonable position, it's a reasonable argument, and I think it's an argument that is a winning argument, and I think people will get behind the argument, and I think people will think that this makes total sense, and it's the trend of the globe to legalize medical cannabis. And I'm ready to push the argument. I'm ready to do what I can to push the argument up the chain, and in the process talk about how Armored Down can facilitate the highest levels of consciousness and awareness, represent the greatest potential for being our fullest, best selves. And each and every step, each and every moment, in a sense, is a battle. There is the energy going back and forth. But coming back to the battle of pushing back against something that must come, elimination. I was able to, in this post, I was able to move away from the experience of elimination and into the fullness of the experience of talking and sharing the practice. I was able to put it at bay, but now I look back and here it is, full force. So I better tend to that. All right. So, the 36th stanza of The Art of Peace. Your mind should be in harmony with the functioning of the universe. Your body should be in tune with the movement of the universe. Body and mind should be bound as one, unified with the activity of the universe. King, out.